Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Baseball Freak 075 bringing you guys another YouTube video here today. And in today's video, we're going to be going over some little beginner's guide, I guess would be the best way to put it, of what to expect and how to start Diamond Dynasty and MLB The Show 2021. Of course, it's going to be different, but it should be the same baseline. It should be pretty much the same. A couple things might be different, but the baseline should all be there. And if you guys are new to the show, this is going to be the perfect way to get started. And this is going to be for Diamond Dynasty again. It isn't going to be for any of the other game modes. But yeah. So the first things first, when you get into MLB The Show, you're going to have to select your favorite team. And that's going to kind of be the theme for your game, I guess. My favorite team is the Cardinals, so it's going to show me Cardinals players and the St. Louis background. But anyways, let's head into Diamond Dynasty. When you go into Diamond Dynasty for the first time, you're going to have to do a couple moments to start, start the game mode, I guess. To make sure you know how to play it, I guess, if you're new. You couldn't skip the one in this year, and I don't assume you're going to be able to skip MLB 2021, sadly. But again, we don't know. But yeah, this is going to be what you're going to see a lot of. It's not going to be the exact same layout, but this is going to be your main baseline. Ranked season, showdown, battle royale, conquest, extended play, events, moments. We don't know a whole lot about Diamond Dynasty yet, but I don't think there's any new game modes or anything like that. And your team, of course, won't look like this. It'll be all bronzes and common. And you're going to have to build your team. That's going to be your goal. And the best way to do that, that's why I'm here, to show you guys the best way to do it. I'm going to be buying a lot of packs, and opening packs in MLB 2021 to help build my team. But the good thing about MLB The Show is that they have a multitude of different ways for you to get good cards without having to spend money. So if you're not looking to spend money and just buy packs, kind of like I am, I'm going to do both. I'm going to grind and spend money. But there's a thing called the XP Reward Path, which I'm fairly certain it's coming back to MLB 2021. And if I can find it, where is it? It's right here. Is it? Yeah, right here. Oh, that's Prestige. So the XP Reward Path, what this is you progress in levels. There's tiers. So there's Bronze 100, Silver 100. You have to go from 0 to 100. Bronze 0 to 100, Gold 0 to 100. Bronze 0 to 100, then Silver, then Gold, then Diamond. Then after that, you get Prestige. At least you did in this MLB. And you're going to get things as you progress along the XP Reward Path. So, for instance, when you get, I think the level 5 it was, you get to choose 3 of these legends are flashback players, which they kind of help you out at the beginning of the year, not going to lie. And then a fun thing they did in MLB The Show 20, they had evolution cards. You could pick one of these cards and do moments with them and evolve them. I really hope they bring that in MLB 2021, but we're going to have to see. You get some packs, some flashbacks to help you, set your team up and stuff. And then you can even, get into some diamonds here before too long, later on down the line. This Gary Sanchez, he was an early game card, and this year I used him most of the year. You can see my stats with him. This is an amazing card. 44 home runs, 353 batting average, with a beginning of the year card, which I kept for mainly most of the year. Come on. This is all online stats, too. You guys can see online. CPU, he was really good as well. Online, he was amazing. So, like I say, you guys can. This Alberto Mondesi, I didn't use him. He's a glitch too, but it's neither here nor there. And as you progress, you'll get different, high diamonds. Which Kluber was the best pitcher in the game. You can see my stats. But anything under a 5 ERA in this game, I'd say is good because it was just this much of a hitting game. But yeah, all these cards were really good. That Rolling Fingers was really good. And then something really cool is at least how it was in this MLB 20. You got to choose a 99 when you got to level 100. So say you would get from 0 to 100 and you would go from Bronze to Silver. You would get to pick one of these 99 cards. And I'm assuming it's going to be the same way in MLB The Show 2021. And you're also going to have your collections, which I wouldn't worry too much about if you're not going to spend money. But basically, you just collect all the teams or all the cards from a team, and then you get a card. So, for instance, you collect all the Orioles, you get a Mark Trumbo, the 80 overall. And depending on how good the players on the team are, is how good the card you're going to get. So, the Yankees are way better than the Orioles. So, they're, like, you have to collect all these diamonds and stuff. So, the reward you get is 92 Jason Giambi. Like, that's just how it's going to go. And if you collect enough teams and you finally, like, get the division done, like, say you get the AL East done, your reward is going to be a 91 Roberto Alomar, which at the beginning of the year, that's a really good second baseman, you know. I don't think you're going to get, you know, a lot of these, like, collections done, a lot of the league collections done at the beginning, but, I mean, honestly, just depends on who you pull and all that. But once you collect all, like, the different divisions in the league, and you get to a league, then you get a different card. So, for instance, it's Gary Sheffield in MLB 20. It could be Roberto Clemente in MLB 2021. It's something like that. They usually do new players that they have just introduced into the game. So, for instance, they had Biggio for the American League, and they had National League Sheffield. And then once you collect every single team, you're going to get the the big dog card, and I assume it's going to be Hank Aaron. I could be wrong. It's either going to be Hank Aaron or Roberto Clemente. I would assume it's going to be Hank Aaron, unless there's just somebody they haven't showed us yet that's going to be one of those huge cards. But Mickey Mantle was the big one in MLB The Show 20, so look for somebody big again and 20 and 21. But yeah, aside from the XP reward path, you're going to want to focus on a thing called programs. And there are going to be a certain number of them throughout the years. I don't know why I went to collection. But if you go ahead and go to programs, you're going to see... clicking the wrong one. You're going to see the different innings. So you're always going to start on the first one, for instance. There's usually 11 or 12 of the inning programs. I don't know. Maybe they're going to do... We're going to have to see how it works. But there's going to be a program of some kind. And the goal for the program is when you get to 300 stars, which is basically the currency of the programs, that you get the bosses inside. And what are the bosses, you may ask? Well, the bosses are, the 3 premier cards from each program, and you can choose one of them when you get to the 300-star mark for free, just from playing the game. So, for instance, Todd Helton was the card in last year's, MLB The Show 20. Roy Oswalt, that's who I picked, and then Duke Schneider. All these cards are very good at the beginning of the year, very good. I went with Oswalt because I needed the starting pitcher pretty bad. But yeah, it's all going to be different. And then there's going to be some things that net you stars just besides like playing the game regularly. You're going to get, like stars from doing Showdown, from doing missions, like tallying hits with some of the program players. Like they're going to have different like programs. So for instance, for the first inning program, they had a Curtis Granderson that was an 85 overall, which you did moments, stuff like get 3 hits in a game, hit a home run in the game, stuff like that you did with Curtis Granderson. And then you would eventually complete that and get his 85 card. Well, you could collect that and then get 20 stars, or you can do stats with his card and get yourself some stars that way. But yeah, there's going to be certain moments to get more stars. You can collect, certain players, the cards like that you do get from doing the player programs in the first inning program, stuff like that. The Conquest, which is a big thing, I'll kind of go over and show you guys, how to like the baseline on how to do Showdown and Conquest, and then I think we can call it pretty much good. Okay, so I'll start it with Showdown. Showdown was something new they introduced in MLB The Show 20, and yeah, basically what it is you pretty much just draft like a team, and then you play moments, and you have to go against like bosses. And I'll explain as we go along. So for a program, usually like power is key most of the time. In this case, it honestly depends on whose swing you like a lot too. Like I love Larry Walker. I think he's an absolute glitch. David Ortiz is really good too, but Larry Walker I did really good with this year. You can see my stats. Nothing insane. I didn't play with him a lot, but he was really good. Big Poppy is also very good. You can't really go wrong. It's just kind of personal preference. I would go with Larry Walker because I like him a little bit better. And then like going here, like Joe Torre has good stats, but I don't like his swing. Jacoby Ellsbury is a glitch, as you guys can see. Look at these crazy stats that I put up with this guy. So I would go with Jacoby. And also you want to keep in the back of your mind that sometimes they'll throw moments at you where you have to get strikeouts with a closer or reliever. So I wouldn't worry too much about it, but it's something you want to keep in the back of your head. So if there's not like a good hit, hopefully a good round like comes up where I can, kind of prove my point. Okay. Well, I'm not getting any to prove my point. Okay, so right here, kind of bad because I'd still choose Clint Frazier. But say for instance, there's no good hitters. Like this is, they all have like Jacob Stalling level hitting. You want to go with the reliever because the hitters aren't really going to help you out that much because you already have a really good lineup. So you'd want to go with a reliever just in case they throw that one moment at you where you're going to have to get some strikeouts with the reliever. You want to make sure you're not going out there with a common or bronze because that's a really, if you have a silver pitcher, that's a guaranteed, like it's given to you, not showdown, but moment complete showdown. And the perks are also very important too, as you see here. Usually, heart attack or jump start is the way to go. If most people, I would go with heart attack because you have the best chance. You get a huge contact boost while losing and runners are on base. But personally, I prefer jump start better. That's just me because I like swinging at the first pitch usually, and this is the first 2 pitches of an at bat you get a contact boost on. I always swing usually early. That's just my personal style how I play the game. But yeah, and usually none of these pitching ones or defensive ones help. So you want to go usually always with the hitting ones. And what you would do is say you're going to have this moment to do. You're going to have to do whatever the goal is. So, for instance, this says David Ortiz did so-and-so in over his career. So you need to score 1 run in this 3-inning game. So you would go in with your lineup and score just 1 run, and then you would get a run totaled to your final showdown score, which you guys see on the left right there. Which normally in an inning program, it's 20 runs and you have 20 outs. But as you complete the moments, you gain runs. So if you fail it, you just move on to the next one. Unless you do one of these boss challenges, then if you fail that, you're completely out of it. So that kind of sucks. But, I mean, usually you don't have to pay a whole lot of stubs to enter in the showdowns at the beginning. So that's the good thing. But you did have to pay a fee to get in 1,000 stubs or 1,500 stubs, depending, whatever. But best way to explain it, you do the moments, you complete them, you get the showdown runs. If you don't, then you don't get it. But if you go to a boss one and you fail it, then you're out of it. And your goal is just to have the more runs in the final showdown than what's on the board, pretty much. So yeah, and then Conquest I'm going to go into real quick. I can make a more detailed video on how to do Conquest if you guys would like, because it is kind of pretty difficult if you guys are starting for the first time, which I assume, people that are watching this video, it's going to be your first time. But this is going to be the main one. The USA Conquest one is the big one that people have a lot of trouble doing. Excuse me. And you're going to want to press square or X, whatever it may be, and see what the goals are. For the USA, it should just be capture everything pretty much. That's pretty much all it is, yeah. And it's not going to look like this, sorry. I recorded this video one time already, and it didn't record any audio, so here I am recording it again. But in Conquest, what you want to do is you want to get the most territories that you can. And you're going to, it's kind of like Risk, the board game, if you guys have played that. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to try to get as many territories as you can. I usually like surrounding my stronghold, which is what your logo is called, first. That's what I like doing. So I would get as many as I can and surround that. And then after you're done with your turns, it's going to go to a thing called Steal Fans. Now, you can do this, and it'll help you, but I usually always skip it because there's no need to, personally. So the computer's done. Right now it's done, so you can press Options and just skip it. That's what I always do. And then you click a territory that you want to move your reinforcements on. So I would move them on here. And then you just want to get as many territories as you can. So just at the very beginning, I usually like going west. That's usually my go-to direction. But you're gonna want to watch out for other teams trying to take over your logo. So you want to make sure it's protected at all times, so they can't take it over. Because if you only have one stronghold and they take it over, you lose. But you do have a chance to defend it if they come, and you're going to have to play a game, and it's going to be probably on Hall of Fame or Legend, so it's going to kind of suck. But you do have a chance to where, you're not going to lose out and have to restart. but it's not that hard. You just gotta follow a process. You just gotta keep reinforcing, try to get as many as you can. Like I said, I usually like going west. I usually go over and take the Rockies over first. Then I'll move on to the Mariners, Athletics, Giants, Dodgers, so on and so forth. And then I'll come down to the Rangers, the Astros, work my way up through the Midwest, and then go back down to like the Florida area, and then go up into the Northeast. That's usually how I like to do it. But this was just a quick little analysis, kind of beginner's guide, showing you guys, how to get started, the best way to do it. I apologize for going on about certain things. I'm not the best teacher, but I'm trying to get you guys some more videos, and I figured this would be pretty helpful to people, especially Xbox people that haven't played the game before. And yeah, if you guys would like me to go into further detail about anything, go ahead and shoot a comment down below and let me know. Do you want me to make a video on just Conquest or Showdown? Go ahead and let me know in the comment section below. And I would just want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you liked the video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Peace out.